Let's learn English through EducaToon with teacher Aya. Pliant like the bamboo. There is a story in Philippine folklore about a mango tree and a bamboo tree. Not being able to agree as to which was the stronger of the two, they called upon the wind to make the decision. The wind blew hardest. The mango tree stood fast. It would not yield. It knew it was strong and sturdy. It would not sway. It was too proud. It was too sure of itself. But finally, its root gave way, and it tumbled down. The bamboo tree was wiser. It knew it was not as robust as the mango tree. And so, every time the wind blew, it bent its head gracefully. It made loud protestations. But let the wind have its way. When finally, the wind got tired of blowing, the bamboo tree still stood in all its beauty and grace. The Filipino is like the bamboo tree. He knows that he is not strong enough to withstand the onslaught of superior forces. And so he yields. He bends his head gracefully with many loud protestations. And he has survived. The Spaniards came and dominated him for more than 300 years. And, when the Spaniards left, the Filipinos still stood, only much richer in experience and culture. The Americans took place of the Spaniards. They used more subtle means of winning over the Filipinos to their mode of living and thinking. The Filipinos embraced the American way of life more readily than the Spaniards' vague promises hereafter. Then, the Japanese came like a storm, like a plague of locusts, like a pestilence, rude, relentless, cruel. The Filipino learned to bow his head low, to cooperate with the Japanese in their holy mission of establishing the co-prosperity sphere. The Filipino had only hate and contempt for the Japanese. But he learned to smile sweetly at them and to thank them graciously for their benevolence and magnanimity. And now that the Americans have come back and driven away the Japanese, those Filipinos who profited most from cooperating with the Japanese have been loudest in their protestations of innocence. Everything is as if the Japanese had never been in the Philippines. The Filipino would welcome any kind of life that the gods would offer him. That is why he is contented and happy and at peace. The sad plight of other people of the world is not his to him. As to that ancient Oriental poet, the past is already a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and tomorrow is a vision of hope. Everywhere about him is a lesson in patience and forbearance that he does not have to learn with difficulty. For the Filipino lives in a country on which the gods lavished their gifts aplenty. He does not have to worry about the morrow. Tomorrow will be only another day. No winter of discontent. If he loses his possessions, there is the land and there is the sea, with all the riches that one can desire. There is plenty to spare, for friends, for neighbors and for everyone else. The Filipino is eminently suited to his romantic role. He is slender and wiry. He is nimble and graceful in his movements. His voice is soft. And he has the gift of language. In what other place in the world can you find a people who can carry on a fluent conversation in at least 3 languages? This gift is another means by which the Filipino has managed to survive. There is no insurmountable barrier between him and any of the people who have come to live with him. Spanish, American, and Japanese. The foreigners do not have to learn his language. He easily manages to master theirs. Verily, the Filipino is like the bamboo tree. In its grace, in its ability to adjust itself to the peculiar and inexplicable whims of fate. The bamboo tree is his expressive and symbolic national tree. It will have to be not the Molave or the Nara, but the bamboo. Do not forget to hit like and subscribe to Teacher Aya EducaToon. Thank you.